I guess.
Like, shall I get going? Or?
We're still setting it up.
Okay.
Oh, what? Okay, I guess we should.
Alright.
Hi.
Hello. So my name is Julia, and I'm here with Maeya TV. Hello. And United Matriarchy Nations. I'm their communications manager, and I'm so excited to talk to Emie Fenton today. How are you doing?
Excited to be here.
Good. I'm so glad. Emie is a founder, activist, and an architect of What Comes Next. So she's a founding member of the movement Free Matriarchy, which we'll definitely get into more.
Free Matriarch.
Free Matriarch.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, we're United Matriarchy Nations. But yeah.
Yes.
And then also lead organizer for General Strike 2026.
Yes.
And a founder of Practical Magic Apothecary.
Yes.
Which is amazing. So, yeah, you've done so much, but I definitely want to get into Free Matriarch first and tell me about what the movement is, kind of what you guys stand for, and what led you to that.
Right. Well, the way I found you guys and United Matriarch was also just looking online and feeling like so inspired to see what comes next.
Yeah.
Working on General Strike 2026, which I started at the beginning of this year. My goal was originally remove Trump, get the Epstein files out and, protect people from ICE. And then the more I worked in that space and listened to other voices and people doing this type of work, especially, Black and Indigenous voices, I realized just that is not enough, that there needs to be more. We need to not just go back to what it was before, because before Epstein files were still there and people were still being, horrible things happening. And so it's like, okay, we need to do something more. And then the more I started researching it, I'm like, gosh, matriarchy is really feels like the way to go. And then the more I read, Indigenous matriarchy. So that is all how I found you guys. And then I also found Free Matriarch as well. I didn't start it, but I am an admin and I'm helping behind the scenes and to create the infrastructure. So right now it's mostly Instagram. It's just at Free Matriarch if people want to look that up and learn a lot more about it there. And then we do have a Discord group as well that's growing daily. So it's very exciting to
I think having that community is just really big in itself.
It
so,
is definitely,
yes,
and all sort of like-minded, individuals as well.
100%.
So,
Yeah. Awesome. So that leads me to the next question. I just want to ask you, what does matriarchy mean to you, or how do you have a connection to matriarchal culture?
Oh, that's both great questions.
Yes.
I would say two different questions because to me, and I think there's so much misunderstanding about what matriarchy means. And when I first started looking into it, I think a lot of people think it's women on, the exact opposite of patriarchy, which is not at all what matriarchy is. Matriarchy is men and women, everybody equal, and but centering centering children. And then once you center children from there and you go out, it's mothers and the female caretakers, and then everybody is taken care of, when you start with centering the children. And so, because we were all children at one time. So it just makes so much more sense. And then the other question was I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I got a little confused.
No, of course, what is your connection to matriarchal culture, I would say?
Yes. Oh, that's why I thought this is a different question because I would say, my background, I started looking into, witchcraft and the witchy community and everything in my early 20s, so a long time ago. And I guess you could say I was a practicing witch, but what does that really mean? And I think that that's really a connection to nature. And through that, I, started studying herbalism. And, I think most witches were really herbalists, and they were female in community. And I think it was threatening to the patriarchy.
Yes.
And so a lot of, almost all witchcraft went underground for a while and was hidden. And I think that's very similar to what happened to most matriarchy and matriarchal communities.
Yeah.
So I just think there's a lot of overlap and connection there.
That's awesome. That's such an interesting perspective to hear about it too.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Another question I have for you is, what inspires you to advocate for, like, I know you've mentioned women's rights, and also just headed towards a matriarchal community or society, whatever you see.
Definitely.
So what motivates you?
So my number one, I would say, is I'm a mother to two girls. So just the thought of them growing up, you know, and having to go through and see things, oh gosh, you know, as far as this patriarchal society. And, you know, we are coming, I think that there has been a lot of growth even since I was their age, because now, even when I go back and watch TV shows from those times, I am horrified by what was like normal, you know, so I do see us moving already. I mean, I think that's a positive thing. I do see us moving towards matriarchy, even if it's not, you know, not official, it's happening. So but yeah, my daughters are my inspiration.
That's
100%.
beautiful. Amazing. I think it also is really important to focus on the growth that has happened, because it's easy to get lost and kind of feel like there's no way of breaking through that, but seeing all the growth definitely can be very inspirational alone too. I would agree with that.
Absolutely.
That's really cool. Now, I would love to talk about your practical magic apothecary business. I would love to know what you do. It's a shop, as far as I'm concerned, right? And
yes. Well, I'm an herbalist, and it is an apothecary. Our first retail location was in Hermosa Beach as an apothecary, and we sold herbs by the ounce, and you know, all the books and everything. Then we went mostly online, and we still do, I would say 90% wholesale now to other stores around the country. So we're in a lot of different stores. And then we do have a small retail shop as well in Torrance. It's only open on Fridays and Saturdays. So it's just it's almost like a wholesale outlet where we, you know, sell stuff. But yeah, so we're mostly online now.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, really cool. What kind of led you to starting that business and going down that path?
I think I was just, after my daughters were born, I started looking at, you know, what do I want to do with my life, basically. A little existential crisis, like, what am I doing? And I wanted to help people. I was always drawn toward, you know, medicine and helping people. And so just the way, you know, herbal medicine overlaps with, I feel like herbal medicine and traditional medicine should be more hand in hand, working together in many other cultures around the world. I would, maybe not Western medicine. It's like, you know, what is it? Typical medicine is integrated with herbal knowledge and holistic. And so I hope that happens more here in the United States. I think it is. But because I think they both need each other.
That's awesome. Yeah, very interesting. I wanted to also ask you about apothecary and botanical crafts and all of that. Would you feel that there's a connection between that and also matriarchal, whether that be culture or just practices?
Absolutely, yes. Definitely goes hand in hand perfectly. There's so many cultures where, you know, they use of the plant medicine, the plants that are, you know, around them. And I mean, honestly, you know, the sad thing is we don't know too much about different matriarchal communities, which is one of the reasons I was so excited to find you guys, because you have those connections, and I really want to learn from the people that are already doing that. So I'm excited to learn. And I think that's a question that we will all learn more about.
Exactly. I know. That's one of our goals, is to just promote and also just really help cherish all of those cultural practices and the communities, because it's so important for us to just learn, and that in itself will support them and kind of help us connect more as women and as people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Really cool. Now, I wanted to ask, what advice would you give to a young person maybe who is kind of grown interested in matriarchy culture, or maybe even just women's rights, or kind of getting to learn more about the community, and how would you recommend they go about that?
I would say look for teachers who are, you know, open to other cultures and who are decolonizing their thoughts. And we were talking about it earlier. What is the word for depatriarchying your mind? Yes. I think there's got to be a word. I just can't think of it right now.
Yeah.
But you know, learning to, because it is almost like we've all been brainwashed into that. It's just how we've been raised. So how do we deprogram? I guess deprogramming is kind of a good word for it, ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think that's just by reading and finding, you know, listening to different voices out there, especially Indigenous, Black voices and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And how can somebody interested find Free Matriarch? Or you guys are on socials and all that?
As right now, I would say go to Instagram at Free Matriarch.
Awesome.
And then from there you can DM us and say, you know, if you want to be in the Discord group, and then within Discord, the server, we have different channels for each country.
Oh,
and
nice.
even in like sometimes different states, and it's breaking it down so you can find people near you. And then that's the goal, is to form communities all around the world. So
amazing. Yeah, that's so interesting. Well, yes, look into Free Matriarch if you're interested in that. And I'm so glad you came to meet with us, and we've had some amazing conversations. So I'm just excited to learn more and kind of connect to different matriarch communities. So
me too. Thank
Great.
you.
Yeah,
Thanks for
so
having
much.
me.
Yeah. Bye, Maeya TV.
Bye.
Nice.
Oh,